Jimbo's Garage.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, I got a call late this afternoon from a regular client of mine who's in need of a small man gate or walk gate for a project they're doing, and they really need to get this thing installed tomorrow if they can. So I'm going to try to get this thing built tonight, maybe get it painted in the morning and get it installed for them. There's really not much to it. It's about 4 feet wide and about 5 feet tall. It is going to have some curlicues in the middle, and it's also going to have these spears or pickets, whatever you want to call them, that are going to be on the top. With that said, let's get this project started. Alright, so I'm getting started here, and I was a little late getting the camera going right here, but you didn't miss much. I just cut out the 4 pieces on a 45. You guys have seen that before. And so I'm just assembling the gate itself, and I'm using the Yoast corner vise. I use this thing a lot, and it is really handy. I mean, it makes the corners perfectly square every time, and you know, it saves on a lot of trying to square it up as you go with a speed square or whatever. Once I got everything tacked into place, yeah, no surprise, perfectly square. I'm just going ahead and welding everything out inside and out, both sides, and you know, using the Everlast Power iMig 205, and I like my settings for most of this stuff right here, about 18.5 volts, and the wire speed at about 250, 260. This is 1.25 inch square tube, 095. And here I'm just changing out my flap disc to the new Benchmark abrasives. Really nice product they have over there, and it works really good. And these things last a long time too. I was surprised. But just cleaning up all 4 sides all the way around and making everything nice and smooth. And then I'm just got my cutoff saw right here, and I'm cutting the pickets. This is 1/2 inch material 063, and I only needed about 8 or 9 of these things. And so once I got everything done, lined everything up, and then kind of dry fit everything together. Here's the curlicues I was talking about. I just wanted to put everything in and be sure everything was going to work the way it's supposed to, and kind of line things up, and there it is. Looks pretty good now. Just take it apart and start all over assembling it. Now I'm starting with the first picket right in the center, and then I'll go from there. And here I was kind of getting a little bit of a hurry. I was setting that curlicue in and getting everything lined up, thinking it's right in the middle. Everything is perfect, and go ahead and tack things into place once I got it all perfect, I thought anyway. And then right away I realized, I got 2 of these things I got to put in. So I had to cut the thing off, move it up, get my calculations right again. All right, here we go. Now I'm moving forward. Once I got everything lined up on that side, moved over to the other side, and just trying to get everything lined up perfectly square and get everything where it needs to be. Sometimes it's a little pain in the neck, but eventually I got it. But you know, I have a lot that has to do with trying to rush and trying to get this thing done too. I was in quite a big hurry right here. Anyways, we got her done, and I'm just now cutting the pickets for the top of the fence right here, top of the gate I should say. These things are about 4 inches long, and like I said, I need about 8 or 9 of them across the top. Just took them over to the belt sander, deburred everything, got everything nice and smooth, and then let's start welding them on. And you know, perfect. Kind of just lined everything up, eyeballed everything. It actually worked pretty good. I was going to make a jig, and it's just too much time to do that. As you can see, I'm already into the second day on this thing, and I'm in a hurry trying to get this thing done early in the morning, get some paint on it so I can get it installed. And there's those pickets I was talking about. Just quick weld them on both sides right there. Makes for a pretty good looking gate. And then once I got everything tacked in, and of course I just welded everything out all the way around. And you know what? It really didn't take me that long at all. I had just a few hours in it last night and a couple hours in the next morning. And there's the gate itself. It's done. And so now what's left is to get the the posts and the hinges and the bracket on. And so here you see, this is there's all kinds of different types of hinges for gates, and I'm not exactly sure what this type is called, but This is something that they had on an existing gate up there that was, like I said, was existing. So I'm just trying to match what they had. Not a real big fan of those type of hinges, but hey, they work pretty good. And I'm just getting the first part of the latch welded on right here. You know, once this is done, I get the posts made, then we get the other part of it welded on. And these are the actual, you know, posts for each side of the gate. And this is where the other part of the hinge is going to be welded on, and the other part of the latch is going to be welded on. And before I did all that, I wanted to go ahead and put caps on both sides of these posts. I just didn't want any chance of any rust or anything, water, rust getting up inside of there. So this is just 1.25 inch square, 1/8 inch thick flat bar stock that I cut out and welded on. Once I did that, then I just took the flap disc and went around, just cleaned off everything, and it just makes it look like a solid bar of steel when you're done. So pretty cool. And here's the second part of the hinges that's going on. You can see how they just slip right on. This is one thing that you know, I don't really like about these hinges. This gate can be easily removed unless you field weld this in the field and then turn one of those posts up and one down. That's kind of tough to do that. So I'm just welding these things into place right here. Once I lined up everything, and yeah, worked out pretty good. And then this is the latch. These things are always so long. I always have such a time making these things fit. I've always got to modify them, cut the ball off in the end, cut the end of the latch or the pin itself a little bit shorter so everything fits into place. You can see I got about half of it cut off, but it doesn't take too much. I'm going to weld that all the way around, and it's never going to go anywhere. And so there you go. Gate's complete. Get some paint on it, and we'll get that thing installed. And for those of you guys who don't know, I am active on Instagram, and I do post some stuff there that you won't see on YouTube. So if you like, you can follow me on Instagram at Jimbos Garage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos.
See you next time on Jimbos Garage.